It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and I'm so excited for today's video. That excited that I wish I went out and I bought the whole Ledergarten, you know, the hat, big bowl of pretzels. I should have done the whole thing, shouldn't I? You know, the German brewing shirt that they wear and the leather hose and leather thing, the apron that they wear, the hat. I should have done the whole thing, but I haven't. But I'm thinking I maybe should have done. Maybe next year. But it's Oktoberfest. It's Oktoberfest, everyone. I love Oktoberfest. It's probably one of my favourite times of the year. Only for great beer. Purely for the fact that we have great beer at this time of year. If you visit beersofeurope.co.uk, currently now, they got their Oktoberfest event on as of September every year, really. And you can pick up the likes of Spaten Oktoberfestbier, which is, what is this, 5.9% ABV. I've had the beer out of the fridge about 15 minutes. Reason being I want to warm it up a little bit. I don't want to be drinking this beer freezing cold. I want to be able to experience the flavours of the malts in the beer. There's the bottle cap. And I thought, just to mix things up this year, because I do Oktoberfest on the channel every year, I thought I'd mix it up. I thought I'd put up Spaten versus Lowenbrau. This is Lowenbrau Munchens, their Oktoberfest beer. This one's coming in at 6.1% ABV. They've gone with that kind of checkered blue label. The Spaten's kind of the same. There's the bottle cap. One day I will make it to Oktoberfest. I get all excited and I've never actually been myself. Let's get these beers out. Let's get out the Spaten. Now, bit of smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass. The brewery is Franziskaner Spaten Brewery. And what I've noticed, certainly in 2025, is that you're able to pick up Spaten, the regular, not the Oktoberfest, but the regular Spaten beer is becoming more and more available in the UK, which for me is only a good thing. There's the beer in the glass. It looks absolutely fantastic. Look at that good carbonation. 2-finger, ivory coloured head. It's a light, clear, I'm going to call it light amber. I'm not going to call it straw coloured. I'm going to call it light amber coloured beer. There's the Spaten. Here's the Lowenbrau. These two beers are available from beersofeurope.co.uk, the largest online beer store in the UK, with a fabulous range of beers from all around the world. If you love your beer, if you've been away working, or if you've been on holiday and you found that lovely beer that you were drinking whilst away and you want to drink it back in the UK, the best place to possibly find it is beersofeurope.co.uk. And there we go, there's the beer in the glass. Two to 3 finger white head on this one. It looks a little, I had to look over my shoulder at the other beer, but it looks a little lighter. Even though it's 6.1% ABV, it's slightly stronger in the ABV. It looks a little lighter in colour. Wow. I'm going to call this straw coloured. I'm going to call this one straw coloured. Good carbonation. Let's put the two beers side by side. Yeah, no, there is a slight difference in the colour. The Lowenbrau is slightly lighter. Let's get the aroma on the Spaten Oktoberfest beer. Oh, it's so good. So good. I love this time of year. Because the beer is slightly elevated in the ABV, because it's 5.9% ABV and this one's 6.1% ABV, because the elevation is there, they've had to use more malt, and you get that in the aroma. You get the sense that there's more malt in the beer. But then the hops come through with slightly peppery, slightly spicy, sort of stinging nettle aroma there on the Spaten Lowenbrau. Yeah, really good. Again, really good. Quite similar, really, if you like, that sort of elevated, crispy wafer malt aroma with a stinging nettle, herbal, spicy, peppery. Hop flavour on the back end. So the aromas are very similar. Let's taste the beers. Spaten. Oh, it's so good. Stone the Crows, it's so good. It's probably, I mean, it's right up there with Weiss beer for me. I can't reiterate enough how much I love Oktoberfest and how much I love to drink the beer and eat the pretzels. And that's my first taste of Oktoberfest beer in 2025. And oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so tasty. Oh, brilliant. Almost, you know, you want to stick it. They sell some fantastic German style hot dogs in farm foods at the moment. I've got some sun-dried tomato and cheese bratwursts in the freezer, and I almost just want to go and, like, with the freezer's just there, I want to go to the freezer and get the air fryer out and stick some of those cheesy sausages in the air fryer and just enjoy some beer and it's a celebration. It's a celebration. It's a celebration of a marriage that happened hundreds of years ago. The king of Bavaria's daughter, I believe it was, got married in September in Germany, and they had this party hundreds of years ago, and this party just went on and on. Every year they celebrate the party, and it's 2025. Brilliant. I love it. Brilliant. But that is just truly immense, awesome beer is the Spaten. Let's try the Lowenbrau. Oh, this one's slightly kind of zesty. I'm picking up a little bit of, I'm not sure if I picked this up before in the Lowenbrau. I don't think I've ever mentioned it, but I'm picking up a sort of a lemony, zesty, hoppy taste in the beer. And of course, all the hops are grown in Germany. They're all German hops, and we've had, whether they've used this, we haven't had the hop harvest yet, but we've had such a hot summer this year, such a boiling hot summer, that every year fluctuates, and of course the taste of the hops change. They might be using the traditional German hops, but the warmer the climate gets, the more these hops are going to change. And I am picking up a sense of a little bit of zest here. It's probably unintentional. A malty, biscuity, wafer, good body beer. But yeah, it's definitely got a little bit of zest there. I don't think that they wanted this. I don't think that they've whether they do small test batches of the brew to test the hops, to test the malts, to test the water, but perhaps they do that throughout the year. But yeah, that's a little bit more. I'd say the Spaten is very, very traditional Oktoberfest, and this seems a little different. So brilliant though. Oh, I love it. That bitterness on the back end, that elevation of the malt, that 6.1% ABV, that's like kind of more of a slightly fuller bodied beer. Amazing. But which is best? You've tuned into a battle video. Which is best? Pardon me. Spaten, Lowenbrau. Spaten. Much more of a traditional Oktoberfest sort of feel to this beer. This beer is very comfortable. It's very, you know what you're getting. It flicks the switch, if you like, on Oktoberfest. It did, because I've tasted the beer for the first time in a year, and it's like, oh yeah, it's Oktoberfest. And that's very much what you'd expect from an Oktoberfest style beer. Lowenbrau. Got all the same malt qualities, all of the same crisp, refreshing, carbonated, slightly creamy, rich mouthfeel going on, but it's zesty. It's zesty. Whether they've used... I wouldn't say that they've changed their hops. I wouldn't go as far as that. A company the size of Lowenbrau, you know, they're able to get the hops that they want because they're such a big company. But what I will say is that maybe the hops that they've used, whatever hops are different from the Spaten, I'm trying to say that maybe they've maybe even Lowenbrau are surprised. They're tasting the beer and thinking, oh, blimey, there's a bit more zest in it. And maybe they're thinking to themselves, blimey, we didn't expect that because we've used the same hop year after year after year. But it's definitely changed. The beer is different from last year. It is different from last year. It's more of a zesty, citrusy. It's not huge. I'm not talking IPA. I'm not talking kind of, you know, New England IPA. I'm not talking that sort of hop. I'm just saying there's a bit more zest in the hop in the Lowenbrau than perhaps even the brewers wanted. And that's down to the climate. This is not no David Attenborough video. I'm not standing here telling you to recycle and all this other stuff. I'm just talking basic stuff. I'm talking to you as if I'm talking to somebody else in the pub. You might have a different opinion to me, and I'd like to hear your opinion in the comments box of this video. My favourite this year is the Spaten. I'm going to say the Spaten, because it's just a little bit more what I would expect from an Oktoberfest style beer. I like the malt quality in the beer. I like the fact that the malt quality is quite elevated in this beer. The Spaten, I'm going to give a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. The Lowenbrau Oktoberfest beer. I'm not saying I tip it down the sink and not drink. I love the beer. I love the beer. I'm talking about slight variations here. I'm not talking about huge variations. They're just slight variations, but it's definitely more zesty. It's definitely more citrusy than probably even Lowenbrau wanted. But it's lighter. Even though it's higher in the ABV, it's lighter. It's not as malty and biscuity as the Spaten. But I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. So the Spaten wins. You can pick up all of the Oktoberfest beer, or most of the Oktoberfest beers at beersofeurope.co.uk. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.